Yeah, the place was hopping. Madison Square Garden, alive with the postseason and a Knicks win. Derrick Rose hitting big shots late. He went for 26 on the night. The Knicks rallied to beat the Atlanta Hawks 101-92, outscoring Atlanta by 8 in the fourth quarter. And that leads us to our post-game coverage here. Once again, it's Jason Terry right over there, Kevin McHale, Matt Weiner. First of all, both of these games have just been amazing in terms of energy in New York. There's a different sound when there is high-level, meaningful basketball being played at Madison Square Garden. Heard that in both of these games so far. Both basically came down to the wire. It's just great stuff to watch, and whether you're a fan of those two teams or not. As for this game, this was a grind for both teams. They both shot well under 40%. Mm-hmm. Knicks had enough late, and Atlanta could not hit an open shot when they needed it down the stretch.
Just a grind-out basketball game. The atmosphere was phenomenal. Anytime you see Spike over there dancing, you got 50 Cent. Sting was in the building. I mean, it just makes for great theater. But to talk about the Hawks jumped out early, got to a 13-point lead at the half. Tibbs, what outstanding job of coaching. Inserted Derrick Rose into the lineup in the second half, and they held in the third quarter. Hawks scored 18. Fourth quarter, they scored 17. So 35 points in the second half, not going to get it done. The Knicks made some great plays. Bullock hit some big shots in the fourth quarter. And the Hawks had opportunities, though. When they go back to the film, New York, and they see the shots that the Hawks got in the fourth quarter, the last 3 minutes of the game, 5 wide open three-point shots, just didn't go down. So I got this thing going 7. I mean, this is going to be a good series.
It's going to be a good series. Really, I thought that New York, even though they got down in the first half, they established their defense early in that first quarter. I mean, they were all over Atlanta. They were doubling. They were aggressive. They had Trae Young back on his heels a lot and stuff like that. And, Atlanta got some footing, made a couple threes. Hunter made a couple threes that kind of got him going. But you always felt that New York defensive pressure was constantly on Atlanta. Atlanta played hard. I mean, and they did a lot of good stuff. It's going to be, I agree, it's going to be a 7-game series. It was fun. But you could really just feel that New York was desperate. Like they were going to win this game somehow. And Derrick Rose was fantastic. And, he just kind of gave them that big boost. And they made some big shots, and Bullock made a couple big shots down the stretch, and they found a way. But really what it was their defense. If you say holding them to 35 points in the second half, that's a pretty high-powered Atlanta team. Their defense was tremendous. They can hang their hat on that for sure.
The Knicks' offense is not a thing of beauty, or at least it hasn't been so far in this series. Julius Randle struggled again in this one, but the defense was great, and they maybe dodged some bullets because the Hawks missed their final 7 three-point attempts of the fourth quarter. It's all tied up. Let's hear from head coach Tom Thibodeau.
Coach, that was a remarkable turnaround there in the third quarter. I mean, you guys really used your defense to generate some offense. Is that what you were looking for as you were heading into that quarter? And what was with the start, changing your starting lineup there too?
Yeah, we just felt we were flat and we needed a jolt of energy. So we wanted to change it up, and we got going, and it started with the defense, and then we started sharing the ball and spraying it out, and we got some good looks, and we made shots.
Mark Berman.
Yeah, Tom, I'm sorry. What was the final decision for you to start Taj and Derrick, and what did Taj mean with the grit that he
Well, we started out slowly, and then our bench came in and played pretty good, and then we closed the second quarter slowly. So I just wanted to change it up. I felt like we had to do something different, and that's why you have a bench. And those guys came in and they played great, and I thought they played great in the first half. So I wanted to give us a different look, and it was a plus.
Steve Popper.
Hey, Tom, some of the guys had talked about the adrenaline and maybe trying to do too much. Just what did the calm of Derrick do for you guys today?
Well, both he and Taj have been in a number of playoff games. So I think they understand it. We have some guys that haven't been in playoff games, and they'll get better as we go. There's only one way to get experience, and that's you got to get it. So each game, I think they'll get better. I think you learn from each game. You learn from each situation. But I think the fact that those guys have been in big games before, is a big plus for our team.
Steph Bondi.
Tom, just on Reggie Bullock, not only hitting those shots in the fourth quarter, but also his defense. What did you get from him tonight?
A lot, and that's sort of like what he's an unsung hero on the team, on our team. His defense, his shooting, I think just having more shooting on the floor helps Julius. So now you got to play him honestly, and that changes things. But I think his size is a big plus. And then, with Young, he's a great player. So he, there's no one steady anything that's going to stop him. You just got to try to make him work for his points. And, they have a lot of shooting around them, and, it requires great effort on every play.
Bruce Beck.
Tom, with the team coming from behind so many times this year during the regular season, do you think that experience was important tonight and came into play?
Well, I would prefer that wasn't the case, but it's our reality. But that's sort of the nature of the league. And, whatever your circumstances are, you have to have a will and determination that you can overcome it. And whatever's necessary, that's what you have to do. So we always say, find a way to win. Whatever we have to do. If it's 5 stops in a row, it's 5 stops in a row. 5 scores in a row, it's 5 scores. And I thought guys made hustle plays. And oftentimes that's the difference. There's a small difference between winning and losing. We saw that in game 1, and tonight was the same. You have to play for 48 minutes. They're a great team.
Brian Mahoney.
Tom, what changed for Julius in the second half? Is there anything strategically you told him to do differently, or did he just pick it up himself somehow?
Yeah, listen, Julius is terrific. His rebounding has been great. I thought as the game went on, he started to see things better. And as is the case with Julius, each game he'll get better. And he's seen all these defenses before. Just be patient, keep moving, make the right plays, make the right reads, create good offense for us. He's commanding a lot of attention, which is opening up other things for us.
Ian Begley.
Tom, I guess particularly with Julius going the way he was going early on, but just in general, how big was it to get the production from Obi Toppin that you got tonight?
Well, I think Obi played very well. I thought, Quick didn't shoot well, but overall, both he and Obi and Quick have given us a lot. For 2 rookies to be playing in these playoff games and doing the things that they're doing, I'm very pleased with them. I think they'll continue to get better. There's a big upside for both guys. They got to continue to work and grow and learn. And both have been terrific all season long from the minute they got here. So I'm very pleased with them. I think the thing you can't overlook is how well Taj played. Taj was a monster in there tonight.
Mike Vaccaro.
Tom, what was the mood of the team at halftime? And secondly, how important do you think that first shot that Julius hit to start the third quarter to kind of get him a little bit off the schneid a little bit?
Yeah, no, and look, I love this team. There's a great will and determination to them, and obviously we're disappointed with the way we played in the first half, but I knew the second half there would be a great fight, and there was. And I think starting the first 5 minutes, just coming out with energy and sort of get going, and sometimes it's just a couple hustle plays that could get you going. And I think Julius hitting that shot, and Julius is not going to go away. He'll keep coming. He's got great will.